But, back to Fanibus, the comedy recap. They set up a wrestling ring. They tell me that I'm going to do a set in the ring. And you know what's awesome is I've told wrestling jokes before. There's been 3 times in my comedy career so far that I've been booked to perform comedy in a wrestling ring. All 3 times flopped. Every one of them. And then randomly it just presents itself to me. And I was ready, bro. I was fucking ready. I already knew I was going to do the entrance and all that shit. So they were still wrangling people in while I was about to start. So I purposely went in there and just I didn't really start. I almost played host a bit, you know what I mean? Because it was kind of a free form fucking comedy thing. I think there was actually supposed to be a comedy host, but he ended up having to back out not last time, whatever. That's extra shit. He wasn't there. So I'm just working him until the shit starts. And I'm like, yo, fuck this, bro. As big of a fan as I am, and I immediately, bro, I did when I got in the ring, I fulfilled everything, every fantasy I wanted to that I've been thinking of as a kid, bro. I did my entrance. I walked through the middle rope. So I fucking climb up. I climb up like a wrestler, bro, because I've been watching this shit. So it's I just grabbed the rope with one hand and I put my foot up and I muscle my way up and then I grab the top rope and I just fucking go under. You do this little swing under. You don't bitch out. You fucking swing under, you know what I'm saying? So I swung under this bitch. So I swung under, but then I kept half my body in and half my body, and then I swung back out, and then I just started flipping the whole crowd off. I'm like, fuck you, fuck you. I played the heel, bro, the whole time. And then I go in the ring, and then I jump on the turnbuckle, bro, on the second turnbuckle, because the third one was really high up. I'm like, yo, they do fucking flips off this shit. Holy shit. So then I start to wrangle the crowd in, and once everybody's kind of wrangled in properly, I'm like, fuck this. I only get one shot at this. We're restarting this. I don't even know where the sound booth guy is, the tech guy. I call him back to the tech. I'm like, play Eddie Guerrero's heel theme right now. We're restarting this whole bitch. I take the microphone as wireless, so I run behind the ring. And then I duck, and then I do the whole announcer entrance and all that shit. But I told him to play Eddie Guerrero's theme because that's my guy. I told him to play the heel theme too. So what I was thinking was the guy was gonna play the WWF heel theme, which is can you feel the heat? Dun, 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 dun. It's a whole fucking. It's fun. It starts off with a little cell phone ring and shit. So I was waiting for that as a cue. Okay. But he played the WCW, OG, fucking very Spanish, very Mexican entrance for Eddie. And it was bro, it was so sick. I did the whole fucking thing. I did all that shit, bro. I slapped it. I flipped the whole crowd off. I got on the turnbuckle. I cut promos. Mike Rita, my guy, bro. Salutes to Mike Rita, the Prince of Pot. If you know anything about Canadian comedy, you've heard that name, and most likely you've seen him perform. He's the guy, bro. He's been around longer than I've been around. Accolades through the roof, and he's known as the Prince of Pot in Canada. So weed humor is very much his space. And he played into it immediately, bro. Because I played the heel, right? Yeah. So the crowd is kind of cheering me on because I'm playing a character or whatever. But he's like this, boo! He's booing me in the corner and shit. So I would go in and out of comedy, right? I would just, and then I cut that. But I did this whole, bro, I have wrestling jokes that I never really get to tell because when the fuck, this is the time to tell every single one. I went into this whole long-winded thing about the Spanish announce table. If you know anything about wrestling history, the Spanish announce table, the announcers, at pay-per-view events, the Spanish guys had their own table and they would always give them a camera spot. But if you tune into the pay-per-view from a Spanish-speaking country, you would get that feed, right? Yeah. And it's every once in a while I would get cut into that feed. I'm I love that feed because it's Spanish guys telling. It's watching soccer. This is actually what I said to the crowd. Everybody here, there's people in the crowd that watch anime. It's dub versus sub. Yeah, you know what I mean. And even though wrestling in the West, it's not really sub because they have the English commentary. Yeah. Hearing it in the other language is infinitely better. And I had this whole joke about how the fucking, because they always smash the Spanish announce table. They never touch the American table, bro. But there will always be like a wrestling match where the fucking Spanish announce table gets obliterated, bro. Like obliterated. I had this whole joke. I'm like, I think they just did that because they knew Mexicans could rebuild that shit real quick. Like, just like, it was good wrestling humor, bro. Yeah. Solid wrestling humor. You know what I mean? And then, so I do my whole set. I did like 20 minutes. I was on the turnbuckle, bro, for like 3/4 of the whole set. I was on the second rope. I said, fuck this, bro. I don't know how many times I'm going to get to do this. I'm a wrestler, bro. And I had everybody like doing Eddie chants and chants for me and shit. And then by like 3/4 of the way through my set, my legs started shaking. But nobody noticed it. But I'm like looking down at the rope, and the rope is like this, like wonky. So I start making fun of that. And then everybody notices. So I'm starting to wind down my set, and then I bring in Rita. Mike grabs one of the folding chairs from the audience because the whole audience was set up with folding chairs. Yeah. It was a wrestling show the night before, so it's set up like that. You know what I mean? He grabs one of the folding chairs and he comes in the ring from the other side, and we didn't rehearse any of this or we didn't talk about none of this, bro. And he does like a light tap, yeah, but he hits me with the chair. And like now we're in a match, bro. Like for me, I'm like, this is my moment to shine, bro. Like, I don't know what Rita's hoop dreams were growing up, but like this nigga just activated beast mode, bro. Like, so he hits me with the chair, and I'm like, oh, I go down. I sell the fuck out of it. He tries to get a pin, 1, 2, I kick out, and the crowd's now into it. Oh, so now like me and Rita are performers, bro. So like we don't even need to speak. Now we know it's like we gotta have a match. Yeah. So he starts beating me with the chair, but like he's like light tapping me, and I'm like whispering to him like, hit me, bro. So he does it a little hard, obviously not crazy. So he hits me harder. I go down to the ground. He's hitting me on the ground. I'm on the ground and he's just hitting me over and over. And then eventually, I think I do like a little trip move or whatever, get him down. I start to pick myself up on the ropes. And then he brings the chair over again and he hits me with the chair on the ropes. But now I'm doing the fucking Ultimate Warrior. I'm hulking out on the ropes. I'm picking myself up and shit. The crowd's like cheering for me and shit. I take the chair from him. I fucking smash him with the chair, bro. He goes down. Now I'm beating him with the chair. Then I jump on, I get on the second turnbuckle and I do a Macho Man elbow drop from the rope. I jumped off the rope because the turnbuckle was far away from where he was. And I'm like, I'm not a wrestler, bro. Like when you're in the ring and then you start to actually go up in space, I'm like, oh, I'm not on the mat. I'm up. It does look freaky, bro. It's like even though it's not roller coaster height, your brain makes it like, yo, I'm on the fucking skyscraper right now. So I do the Macho Man elbow drop off the fucking second rope on this guy. Everybody's like, oh! And Rita, I hit the pin on Rita, and he told me he was gonna let me win. But bro, this is where I swear to you, bro, I swear to you, there was a moment there where in my brain I was like, I could have been a fucking wrestler. I swear, because I know wrestling. Like this is really in wrestling, but they do spots is what they're called in the match. Mm-hmm. So if you're a really good wrestler, you can call a match without really any preparation. So, but that requires two people. It's essentially like creating a dance on the spot with two different, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I called an audible. I'm like, kick out. I whispered to him, I'm like, kick out, which is what you would do on, like, because you got to call shit, but like, it's got to be hidden. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I whispered to him, kick out. And he kicks out. Oh, and then you got some people booing. So it's like, you got people on both sides, bro. I let him have the win, bro. I forget. Oh, this is what he did. So we start battling and shit. Then he gives me a DDT. And I'm like, this is going to be it, bro. Because I took the DDT so good too, bro. He spikes me. My neck actually kind of hurts a little bit. I think I got to take an Epsom salt bath. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so he gives me a DDT, and then I let him get the pin, the 1, 2, 3, and like, bro, we had this guy. When I tell you, I walked out of the ring like slightly out of breath. Rita was, he starts like fucking making like cracking jokes on it. And then he stands on the turnbuckle. He's like, how the fuck did you just do this for 15 minutes? Somebody fuck that guy, because he's got leg strength like crazy, bro. What's up, beautiful people? Thank you for watching this. If you like that, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification button. We got new podcast episodes every Wednesday, comedy clips and segment clips throughout the week. Follow me. I'm AKA Black Zeus on all social media. Dante is Person1Prod. And, stay beautiful. Peace, peace.